The Ordinary and Paula's Choice are arguably two of the most popular skincare brands on the market. As many of you know, The Ordinary is loved by many for their budget-friendly products because essentially you usually get one active ingredient per product, hence the low prices. Paula's Choice, on the other hand, packs its products with several active ingredients in a single product, as well as some extra goodies. In this video, we'll compare the two brands' azelaic acids, as well as go over the pros and cons of each of them and discover which one is better suited for you. If you guys are new here, my channel is all about helping you make informed decisions, as well as being in the know when it comes to your health and wellness. And I would love for you all to gently tap on the like button down below. And if you really like the content, then consider subscribing as well. Also, if you're on Instagram, you can follow me there too. Now, without wasting any more time, let's get started. As you all know, I've talked about azelaic acid already in great detail as a solution for both rosacea and acne, and is also a solution for melasma, which I encourage you to watch after this video. What I really appreciate about azelaic acid is the fact that it's not an irritating ingredient. This makes it safe for all skin types, including sensitive and compromised skins. And the fact that if you use it consistently over time, you will be able to fade post-acne redness, discoloration, and also brighten up the complexion. All these things make it a very useful ingredient to include in your skincare regimen. And let's say, even after your acne and dark spots are gone, it can still significantly minimize the remaining spots of hyperpigmentation, as well as post-inflammatory erythema, which I know can be very stubborn at times. Also guys, I've left my links for both in the description below as my affiliate links. If you'd like to support the channel, you can feel free to check them out down there. Let's start out with the Paula's Choice Azelaic 10%. The first thing I noticed about it, if you go on the website, it lists out all the ingredients, and if you click on the I button next to it, they put an explanation for each ingredient, which saves us a lot of time on research. I appreciate this kind of transparency factor. And in these ingredients, there are about 4 ingredients that make it stand out. The first being salicylic acid, which is going to give you an exfoliating advantage. Licorice root, which you know that the glabridin in it was shown to inhibit UVB-caused pigmentation, giving you an advantage for discoloration. And this is why I'm a fan of licorice root. Next, you got the allantoin, which has softening and smoothing properties. Interestingly too, they use bisabolol, which if you don't know, are the active parts of chamomile, which can be great, especially if you have a lot of facial redness. And applying it on, I look for things like greasiness, and I can tell you that the texture is amazing, and I get no oily residue from it, even though it's both creamy and thick. You're able to use it by itself, or you can mix it with a moisturizer both in the day and the night. Now, as for the Ordinary Azelaic Acid, this one is also a 10% concentration. And if you take a look at the ingredients, are you seeing what I'm seeing? There are a few silicones in this product. Now, is that a bad thing? Well, the purpose of them is to make the thick texture of a product easier to spread. It also can help the skin boost soft and suppleness, and some even say it helps them reduce the look of their large pores. But wait a minute, aren't silicones comedogenic? Don't they clog pores? This study here shows us that it doesn't, and it's in fact a myth. This is what it says. It is believed that these compounds clog the pores and aggravate acne. However, based on scientific studies, silicones are resistant to oxidation and are not occlusive. Therefore, they are not able to clog the pores. So the best way to think of silicones are that they form what's called this breathable semi-occlusive layer with big gaps between each molecule, so you can still sweat just fine and your products can still get through them. There's also another ingredient in here. I don't know if you caught it, but it's the tocopherol. And I can appreciate that they add that in so you can get some UVB protection throughout the day as well. But with that said, tocopherol can be somewhat comedogenic and a bit too rich, especially for those oilier skin types. So keep that in mind if you're more on the oilier side. And after applying it, I thought honestly that the product will start peeling, especially with all the silicones in it, which I know some have complained about in the reviews. But honestly, it does spread pretty effortlessly and it doesn't feel heavy either or pilly. The best way to avoid the peeling issue is just sticking with that pea-sized amount for the whole face. And in terms of how to use these products, Remember, first wash your face with the cleanser and follow it with a toner if you use one. Then apply a thin layer of azelaic acid. Then wait about 10 to 20 minutes and then follow it up with a moisturizer once or twice a day. With both these products, keep in mind the results won't come overnight, but you should see some improvement anywhere between 6 weeks and the 3-month mark. So if you're tolerating the product just fine, there is no reason to stop early. And I know I'll get asked, well, what about for more severe cases like cystic acne? Azelaic won't do much for severe cases of acne because remember, it's a mild acid and won't get into the skin that far deep. But what it can do is help with the pigmentation that's left over after an acne lesion clears up. And that's important. So the real question comes down to, which one should I go with then? And the better product for you depends really on your specific concern right now at the moment. If you're leaning more on the acne side and the discoloration side, so if you get some acne and acne marks after and you want to fix for that, then go with the Paula's Choice Booster Solution because of the addition of salicylic acid and the licorice root. And if you want to reduce sensitivity and redness and are more on the rosacea side, then the Ordinary Azelaic Acid Suspension would fit better, especially if you're on a tight budget and don't mind the silicone texture. I'm actually more curious to hear from you though. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And in the meantime, click the subscribe button if you found any value in this video, and I'll see you on the next one.